पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू। वाव!
Hello, good evening and welcome to Breaking Views. This is NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. Now, though the Bharat Jodo Yatra is on a 9-day break, it will resume on the 3rd of next month. That will be in the new year on January 3rd, and the next phase would be in Uttar Pradesh. But the controversies around the Bharat Jodo Yatra, the opposition's attack on the Bharat Jodo Yatra, meanwhile BJP's attack on the Bharat Jodo Yatra continues unabated. And why did it happen today? Because Rahul Gandhi, in this very chilly morning, December morning in the national capital, decided that he will go and pay his tributes to the former prime ministers of the country. So while he went to the Veer Bhumi, he went to Shakti Sthal, Shantivan, Rajghat. He also went to Vijay Ghat. But what caught the eye of the Bharatiya Janata Party and of course a lot of people and political analysts was Sadaiv Atal, the memorial of former Prime Minister Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee. While Rahul Gandhi, when he went there, not only possibly was the first, from the Gandhi family who has gone and paid his tributes at the memorial of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee since his demise, but this opened Rahul Gandhi to a lot of BJP jibes, to attacks, and also to some ridicule. And on the other side, for a lot of people within the Congress party and outside, it also created some confusion. What is Rahul Gandhi trying to say when he went to Sadaiv Atal? That's the question that we will be talking about, because it was this tweet. And it's not that, only the supporters of Congress party were confused. Even the members of the Congress party seems to be on a very different page than Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Gaurav Pandey, one of the members of the Indian National Congress, in fact, had tweeted on 25th, on the birthday of the former Prime Minister, and had called him an informer of the British. So why is it that Mr. Rahul Gandhi decided, who has been quite vociferous in his opposition to the RSS, decided to go and pay his tributes to the former Prime Minister? Was it just, political courtesy? Was it just that he was going to all the Prime Ministers? Or is there more politics or a hidden message behind this? The BJP was quick on their toes to attack Rahul Gandhi. They called Gaurav Pandey, and what Rahul Gandhi did, duplicity, hypocrisy on the part of the Congress party. And the Congress responded. Listen in.
एक तरफ तो आप नाटक करते हैं, आप श्रद्धांजलि देने सदैव अटल पर जाते हैं, दूसरी तरफ आप ही के नेता ऐसे अपशब्दों का प्रयोग करते हैं। यह दिखाता है कि अंदर से कितना जहर है।
और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि राहुल गांधी जी को अटल जी की समाधि पर देखकर आज के प्रधानमंत्री को अपना राजधर्म जरूर याद आना चाहिए और उनको उसका पालन करना चाहिए जो अटल जी उनको कभी सिखाना चाहते थे। राजनीति बड़े मन से की जाती है और वही काम राहुल गांधी जी ने किया आज।
So this was Rahul Gandhi, in fact, going today, and the Congress saying that Rajniti bade man se ki jati hai. You need a big heart, and the whole message of the Bharat Jodo Yatra is spread love. But Rahul Gandhi has been, as I was telling you earlier, has been, very vociferous in his attack on the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. I just want to remind you what Rahul Gandhi used to say about the RSS, still says about RSS. He says this is the biggest threat to the Indian democracy. So why would, and we'll ask this question, Rahul Gandhi go to somebody who is from RSS? Atal Bihari Vajpayee was a Swayamsevak. Listen to what Rahul Gandhi had said earlier on RSS.
हमने इस यात्रा को नाम भारत जोड़ो यात्रा दिया क्योंकि हमें लगा और करोड़ों लोगों को लग रहा है कि बीजेपी आरएसएस की विचारधारा, नफरत की विचारधारा, हिंसा की विचारधारा देश को बांट रही है, देश को कमजोर कर रही है।
So Rahul Gandhi's gesture of going to Sadaiv Atal, is this confusion within the Congress party? Some kind of a political ploy? Is the Congress trying to use the divisions of the contrast of the image of both these leaders to try and play a political game? What is the message? That is what we are going to talk about. But before I go to my guest, let me very quickly go across to Mr. Pawan Khera, He is the chairman of the media cell of the Congress party and also a senior leader of the Congress party. Let's try and understand from him what message is Rahul Gandhi sending across. I want to start by asking you, I was just going through a list and it's a very long list of Mr. Rahul Gandhi again and again coming out and saying that his fight is against the ideology of the RSS, which he says is of dividing people, is of hatred. But today he goes and bows down in front of the former Prime Minister who was a Swayamsevak. He was part of the RSS, a very crucial member of that ideology that he is fighting. Isn't that confusing, sir?
Not at all confusing. We get confused because of the kind of politically polarizing narrative this particular government has triggered over the last 8 years. So we do not look at the grey zone in which life normally is. Politics also is. We are too used to black and white of politics. Sorry, there is no black and white. There is grey. If Ankit believes in a particular ideology, who am I to say, Ankit, you have no right to believe in that ideology? I have to respect your freedom to follow a particular ideology. Atalji followed a particular ideology. There are takers of that ideology. I can fight that ideology with all my might, which I will. All of us will, like we have been doing for the last 100 years and more. Does not mean that I block or become an obstruction in your freedom to follow an ideology. I am very clear about that. Rahul Gandhi has been always clear about that. We'll fight you. We'll fight this ideology. But after all, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was chosen the Prime Minister of this country by this very country. We have to necessarily respect this particular aspect of democracy that people elected Atalji out of respect for those people. What is so wrong if I go and pay my respects to Atalji?
No, so is it to understand that Mr. Rahul Gandhi just went to pay his respects to a former Prime Minister because the BJP leaders today have tweeted, many of them, and have said Rahul Gandhi seems to be finally accepting and bowing down in front of the RSS ideology?
No, they will never understand this. A party and an organization which has been literally vilifying the first Prime Minister of this country, the founding fathers of this country, will never understand this largeness of a liberal heart. That's exactly what the Bharat Jodo Yatra is all about, Ankit. Accept everyone. Fight them if you don't agree with them. But fight them in a language, in a narrative, in a grammar which is not violent, which is not, stopping you from following your ideology. I'll fight you. I'll convince you. I'll try and persuade you. But there is a particular way of doing things. There is a particular way of doing your politics. That's a way which Rahul Gandhi is trying to teach all of us.
But Mr. Khera, why I asked you this question of confusion as far as the ideology is concerned, because it's just not the common public which possibly is getting mixed signals, but even your party, members of your own party. Gaurav Pandey, he has deleted his tweet, though he called the former Prime Minister an informer of the British. He put out this tweet, and that the BJP is now using and putting it out as saying that, look, this is double standards as far as the Congress party is concerned.
Ankit, as far as this country is concerned, those who say that this country will get confusing signals do not understand this country. This is the same country where adherents of the Charvak philosophy, Charvak school of thought, would use 4-letter words against organized religion, against Hinduism, but stand at the steps of the Ujjain Mandir seeking alms from those very devotees, and they would be given alms by those devotees. That's the beauty, that's the richness of this country called India. So don't worry about India. India understands the depth of our thought. As far as the tweet you're talking about is concerned, there are certain historical facts. Yet, when our leader is showing the largeness of heart, we can debate these facts in a particular grammar which does not hurt anyone. But facts should be debated. There is a right time and the right platform and the right language to debate those facts. Facts don't change. We'll continue debating those facts. We'll continue fighting this ideology.
Okay.
But out of respect for each other.
Is this Rahul Gandhi's attempt in a way to respond to the BJP, as analysts say, in the same language? Like the Bharatiya Janata Party has been able to in a way, hijacked the ideologues of the Congress party, be it Mr. Sardar Patel, B.R. Ambedkar. Rahul Gandhi is playing the same game with them by going to the samadhi of Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Why should I hijack leaders from other parties when I have heroes of my own? Why didn't Mr. Narendra Modi erect a statue of Savarkar? Why did he have to resort to Sardar Patel? Because Sardar Patel is an icon and Savarkar is not. Even he acknowledges it. So we are very proud to have a long list of heroes, icons for every generation, forever. So I don't think we need to hijack anyone. But yes, they are free to hijack our heroes. Our heroes will remain heroes of India. It so happens that all those heroes chose the Congress as their vehicle for transformation of the country, and not the Jansangh, not the RSS, not the Hindu Mahasabha, not the BJP, not the Janata Party.
In the end, Mr. Khera, is this an attempt by Rahul Gandhi to somehow play those division possibly between former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Mr. Narendra Modi, the current Prime Minister? Because there is a very well-known statement that he had made post the 2002 riots. Is that somewhere an attempt with going to, in fact, Sardar Patel to try and play that division in front of the public?
No, how can we use a person who's no more? Why are we interested in dividing them? It is a party which is thoroughly divided. They believe in divisions. We don't play that game of dividing anyone. Ankit, let's be very clear. What is centrism as an ideology? Centrism is a mix of left and right both. It is not rejection of left and right. It's amalgamation of left and right. So if you understand this definition of centrism, you will find nothing wrong in what Rahul Gandhi did, and you'll find everything wrong in the way they abuse Nehru, the way they glorify Godse. You will understand the distinction. You'll understand what Bharat Jodo Yatra is all about and what Congress has always been all about.
Mr. Pawan Khera, thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking to us, giving us your point of view on this yatra, which at least today for the Bharatiya Janata Party and for a lot of political analysts, they're only scratching their heads to understand the bigger political message behind this. Thank you so much for joining us on NDTV.
Thank you.
So that was Pawan Khera, in fact, telling us about what he thinks of this entire move by Rahul Gandhi by visiting Sardar Patel. But this is the question that we are asking this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Is Rahul Gandhi trying to capitalize on the contrast between the image of Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Is that the whole idea? Because it's the first time somebody from the Gandhi family has gone and paid their tributes at Sardar Patel. Joining me now to discuss this at this moment, we have, in fact, Ms. Jyotimani, Lok Sabha MP of the Congress Party. We also have Mr. Ranveer Singh Pathania, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, senior journalist, political analyst Nalini Singh, also with us this evening. Welcome. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us here on NDTV. I want to understand from you, Mr. Pathania, because you heard Mr. Pawan Khera speaking and giving his point of view. How is the BJP? Why is the BJP so worried about Rahul Gandhi going to Sardar Patel? Is it that the Bharatiya Janata Party was caught on the back foot? They were not expecting a gesture like this from the Congress party? Or is the BJP also, they are not able to respond because they also think that Rahul Gandhi is playing up the divisions, the Raj Dharm that Atal Bihari Vajpayee once, the statement he made to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That is the trouble for the BJP.
Ankit, one thing at least is now clear that Vajpayee ji was a quintessential politician. He was also called as Ajat Shatru of Indian politics. His wits, his elocution, his grace, his grammar, and the way he used to win over his opponents, this were really world class. And really he had a place in the people's heart right from the times of Nehru until his death. We could say 5 or 6 years preceding his death. So at least Congress has come to understand. We don't have any objection to it. Anybody can visit. He's Bharat Ratna. He's a national figure. Anybody can visit. But the point remains that the way the Congress has tried to blow hot and cold in one breath, one incident, one Congress leader has spoken all filth, and he's not even a Congress leader. He is the AICC coordinator of the All India Congress president. I don't want to reiterate what he has said about Vajpayee ji. On other hand, in Bhilai, in Chhattisgarh, once the bust of Vajpayee ji was to be unfolded, the Congress workers clashed and did not allow that bust to be unveiled. So my point is, this is just a photo op. This is just a grist for the rumor mills of Twitterati, just to create a show. One sentence I used that. Why doesn't Congress remember Narasimha Rao? This is the party of the dynasty, for the dynasty, by the dynasty. Because Mr. Narasimha Rao had got an appeal against a Delhi High Court order with regard to CBI, with regard to
So
scandal.
this is just a photo op. Ms. Jyotimani, this is what the BJP thinks. It's just a photo op by Rahul Gandhi. Gaurav Pandhi's tweet on December 25th. This is what BJP is using as a dichotomy or double standard as far as the Congress party is concerned. I just very quickly want to quote, before you answer, what Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee said about RSS once, though his differences with the RSS are very well known, but he also said RSS is an organization which is working, it's an organization of selfless people working to build this nation. Rahul Gandhi talks about fighting the same ideology. Isn't there a dichotomy, a difference and confusion with what he did today?
See, if it's just a simple photo of, if BJP thinks so, then why are they so much worried about it? See, this Bharat Jodo Yatra has completed 108 days. Rahul Gandhi ji and others have walked 2,800 kilometers. We have met millions of people. People accepted the idea of love against the idea of hate, divisiveness and violence. So these are all the issues should be discussed. Rahulji rightly said, actually the media controlled by a Lagan will look for a controversy. We understand that. See, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party will consistently continue to fight the ideology of RSS, which is hate-filled, dividing people and propagating violence. So that is why we are walking. Why Rahul Gandhi ji is walking? Because we don't want this country to be divided on the lines of religious, caste, gender. We don't want the seeds of hate actually sowed in this country.
Okay.
That is why we are walking. That also has the economic and social consequences of this ideology. We have seen price rise is skyrocketing, unemployment is 45 years high. These are all the issues people coming and telling us. So these are all the issues supposed to be discussed. See, when we very firm that we are against the ideology of RSS,
right,
we do not have any hate towards any individuals from that ideology. Leave alone Vajpayee ji. See, that's what actually Rahul ji and the Congress ideology stands for. We do not have any hatred for any individuals. We have hatred for even single individual. We do not have any moral right to work for love.
All right.
So there is a clear distinction between how BJP look at this, how Congress party look at this.
You've seen this, you've seen how the Bharat Jodo Yatra has also unfolded in the last 108 days. Is that the distinction that Rahul Gandhi is trying to make? Many calling it an image building exercise, trying to present himself as a complete polar opposite to what Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for many people stand for. Is that what he's trying to do, or is he, using a very smart, sharp political tool? Appropriate Vajpayee, certain ideals of Vajpayee, and use them against the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Ankit, are you asking me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ankit, on a day when a senior BJP member of parliament, Pragya Thakur, has urged and directed Hindus to sharpen their kitchen knives in order to behead efficiently those who attack the dignity of Hindus and who attack them in other ways, and to slice them. Against this call to arms against love jihad and other jihads, the participation, if a politician, a leader of a party, that is Rahul Gandhi, is actually going to pay respects at the samadhi of one of the tallest leaders of a rival party, Atal Ji of the BJP. If he is going there, it will certainly not, take it from me, certainly not give the Congress any votes which belong to the BJP. But it will certainly blunt the political coarseness which is contributing to the polarization and to the galloping radicalization of our polity and of our society. And this polarization and radicalization is a toolkit of many political parties for the coming general elections of 2024 and of the state elections in 2023. So we should be asking, requesting very politely, leaders of the BJP to pay, some sort of respect to the departed leaders of other political parties, not as political appropriation, not saying that we are doing it and you are not doing it, not as political appropriation, but to move the needle away from polarization, radicalization, towards some rational politics that this country is hungry for. This is what I'd like to say. I think, to me, Rahul Gandhi is going there today, Mendes. And by the way, I was present when Honorable Prime Minister departed. There, Atal Bihari Vajpayee's body was lying at his residence. I think Rahul Gandhi came there to pay respects, if I'm not mistaken.
But Mr. Pathania, this is a very important point that Nalini Singh is making at this moment. And, Mr. Vajpayee, and I was going through an interview of Mr. Vajpayee before I came into this debate, he said, I am a centrist. I am not right-wing, and there are certain issues that I don't agree with the BJP as well. For a party of Mr. Vajpayee, which used to call itself, we are trying to take a centrist position, despite going after what happened in the Rath Yatra, Mr. Advani being his deputy. Despite that, he could come out and say that I am a centrist, I don't believe in extremist positions. There are MPs from your party today, those who are calling for arms, those who are openly inciting violence against a community. Instead of worrying what Rahul Gandhi is doing, should that not be the focus of the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Ankit, I have not seen the statements of the party MPs, as Madam Nalini has pointed out. And especially
that's convenient.
That's not the BJP viewpoint. That might have been the individual viewpoint of any person. That's not the BJP's viewpoint. Very sweet and simple. My point remains that why are you doing this? Is this dichotomy or not? You do not visit the memorial of Narasimha Rao neither in Hyderabad nor in Delhi. You did not allow his dead body to be placed in Congress office at New Delhi. He was a former Prime Minister of Congress. You did not even remember him on a yearly basis. You remember Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, you remember Nehru ji, you remember Indira ji. I said, this is a party of the dynasty, for the dynasty, by the dynasty.
So, but people can then turn around and say, when is Prime Minister Narendra Modi going to the memorial of Jawaharlal Nehru? Your party leaders, there is a long list I can play out, who day in, day out, have made it their business to come out and speak against a former Prime Minister in the most derogatory terms.
Ankit, time and again, if you see the Chandigarh speech of Narendra Modi ji, he had praised the contribution of Nehru in the nation building. He has praised Mahatma Gandhi. He is all praise for Sardar Patel. He is all praise for Bhimrao Ambedkar ji. He is all praise for Subhash Chandra Bose ji. All of these are Congress products. These are not those people who have cut their teeth in, we could say, some Hindu Mahasabha or even the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh also. So we need to have a rational position on each and every point. The contribution of each and every leader needs to be seen in the true perspective. We shouldn't be so partial. We shouldn't be this.
Ms. Jyotimani, while Mr. Gandhi has in fact gone ahead and I paid his tributes to Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the problem also is, ma'am, that a lot of people, those who believe in the Congress's ideology or those who are looking at this Bharat Jodo Yatra, are also they are confused. They are not able to understand what Rahul Gandhi possibly is trying to convey by doing this. It's just not, about trying to move away from the important issues that he's raising, but also the fact that Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee did preside over a party, was Prime Minister of a party where you also had Mr. L.K. Advani. There were, cases against many of his cabinet colleagues as far as the Babri demolition is concerned. Is this also somewhere now whitewashing the legacy of Atal Bihari Vajpayee?
Before answering your question, I just would like to tell my counterpart in the BJP. See, the dynasty is walking in the streets of India. Millions and millions of people are endorsing him. No, don't dare to tell him dynast. The people actually who claim who sells tea, wear 10 lakh suits and enjoying the power in Delhi. Rahul Gandhi is not like that. Please shun your propaganda of dynasty. You spend thousands of crore to damage his image. Now truth is all out to see by everyone. So no longer people not going to buy your dynasty theory. Please wake up. Second thing, actually, you are the party created Markadarshan Mandal and thrown out your senior leader like Advani ji in no time. You people are worrying about Narasimha Rao ji. We know what Narasimha Rao ji legacy
let her complete her point.
We adore him. We celebrate him for how this country is being economically taken up by the then Prime Minister Narasimha Rao ji. How it's been destroyed by Narendra Modi ji. So we will take care of our leaders. You don't need to advise us whom we are supposed to take care of us. See, when Rahul Gandhi goes to Vajpayee ji's memorial, the message is very simple. We do not hate any individuals. We against an ideology. We will continue to against the ideology, which RSS ideology, which is harming this country, harming this great ancient land. But we will not hate any individuals. We are propagating love even to our opponents. That's
Nalini is saying, even Rahul Gandhi from the Red Fort, when he made that statement, he came out in much confidence after 2,800 kilometers and walking for 108 days. He said, I have destroyed the propaganda and the image that they created, the BJP created for me. Do you think Rahul Gandhi has been able to recast himself with Bharat Jodo Yatra?
I think this is a work in progress, Ankit. I do not think that that recasting is complete. I think with every step that he takes, and the people who join him, I think that there is a reverberation, at least in the adjoining areas. And I do not agree with the Congress party when it says the press is not picking it up. The press is picking it up. The press is picking up this time something which is important, which is happening in the country. So with that, I would say that if Rahul Gandhi has gone today to Vajpayee ji's samadhi, there is definitely a crossing of this this river of poison which is flowing in our politics. We don't want it. Mr. Patania says he doesn't know what the very honorable Member of Parliament Pragya Thakur said, but it is all over the internet.
Yes.
And in her words, and there is a clip of her. So he should actually condemn it. Absolutely sitting here. But what I would like to say when we are taking the names of the, as Mr. Patania ji did, of the leaders of the Congress party, of the freedom struggle, that is wonderful. Why would you want to condemn the Congress party for neglecting them?
Right.
That is political appropriation. That is, you didn't do it, we did it. He is the hero, you didn't recognize him as a national hero.
Absolutely.
That is actually causing a lot of complete polarization, radicalization, and I'm really nobody to say this. There are political analysts all over. I would just say that this will give short-term gains to the BJP, but in the long run, it will cause decay.
Right.
This is how internally parties get hollowed out.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm completely out of time. Thank you so much to all of you for joining me on this discussion. The fact remains that you can't use the national idols, and they are not dependent on any political party and coming and telling us what their great contribution has been in nation building. But to try and use these icons, the greats of this country, or try and compare them, pit them against each other, that is what the political appropriation, the sad reality of today's politics is. Thank you so much to all my guests for joining me at this moment. A quick break, news and updates continue on NDTV.